Sorry. So this is 3/20, June 30th. This is post-division meeting workshop or meeting. So what I just went over was all of our goals and all the records and all that stuff. So that's what I just went over. But so the reason why I'm bringing this up to all of you right now is because I'd rather have 20 Alliance members that I could go to battle with than 35 Girl Scouts. And the reason why is because these individuals are going to be the next Amanda Swansons. These are the next Mason Linkers. These are the next Lindsey Holstroms. These are the next top people in our Game Changer team. And here's what's interesting. Lindsey Holstrom joined my Alliance 1 year ago. And she was at $12,000, and she started in January. So she set a goal, which was the unthinkable, to sell in 18 days what took me 6 months. That was like the unthinkable for her. So she said, I'm going to sell 12K for the push. That young lady had a $20,000 push for SC2 in 18 days. And now she's running the Spring Hill branch office. The power of just doing something you've never thought possible. That's what the Alliance does. I need everyone to have a push. Everyone's going to have a schedule. So in a moment, I'm going to share a document. And in that document, you're gonna take a look, and I'll share my screen. I'll put it in the chats right now so you can pull it up. So Gold Team, you have the document. Okay, I just forwarded it there, and then I'll forward it over to the Perps. And Purple Team, you got the document. Bang. Okay, so in this document, and I'll also share my screen so you can follow along with me. In this document, it's the SC2 push packet. I'll show you this in a moment. This is like where we track your numbers and your goal. But this right here is the Alliance calendar and the push calendar. Now, if you say, Mike, I'm in, that doesn't necessarily mean you're in, because bottom line is SC1, I had people say, Mike, I'm in, I'm ready to push, I'm hungry, and they didn't do shit. All they did was get great content. They got motivated every day, and they took all my information and didn't do anything with it. That's not what we're looking for. I'm not looking for someone to say, hey, Mike, teach me everything you know. I have a call just as soon as I'm done with this that someone pays me $1,000 once a month to talk to him for an hour once a month. I have several clients, but he's one in particular. I'm not here to give all my information for free. I'm not here to inspire people just because I like to do it. Not for my Alliance. My Alliance are my best people next year, but I got to find them now. So don't get intimidated by that, because it's not for everyone. It's for people that want to work a little bit extra, do a little bit more, get extra coaching, get extra workshops. Because if you look here, here's what the Alliance will get. The Alliance is going to get a gunner workshop tomorrow on advanced closing, specifically on advanced closing, on how to sell $3,000-$4,000 orders, and specifically like how to do it from Mr. Gamboa, Mr. Andrew Evans. The Alliance is also going to get a planning session with me, where we're going to have a 3-hour session on Tuesday the 7th, where we're going to map out the full calendar, everything, all the expectations. We're also going to start reviewing skills check and just getting camaraderie as an Alliance. Then our Alliance we're going to do a local Alliance team night on Saturday the 11th. That's going to be on Zoom. Some people might go to the office for it, but most of us will be on Zoom. That's going to be like a team building type of night. Then we have Arrive with 10, Leave with 20. That's when the push actually officially starts on Monday. So we have an Arrive with 10, Leave with 20 on that Sunday. And then on Monday morning, we start our morning sessions. Every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30, and Saturday at 8. And we go for 2 hours to start our day. 2 hours to start our day. It's going to be broken up into this agenda. If you scroll down, it's 7:15 arrivals. We do roll call. 7:30 to 8 is going to be personal growth with Mike. That's where I talk specifically. I don't even talk about Cutco. It's all personal growth. I'll probably Facebook Live for it, so my following outside of Cutco can also benefit. 8 to 8:45, we have instructional workshops for Cutco. And then 8:45 to 9:45, we have a phone jam to help us create a ton of appointments. And then first appointments at 10 a.m. And it's a 1-day push 18 times. And we have a push. We have a push every day. Boom, 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 boom. Now, here's what's important to know. We have like Jameson. Jameson has graduation on the 23rd, so he crossed off the 23rd. We made an agreement. He's not pushing on the 23rd. He's not available. We have last year when Lindsey signed up for her 20K push. She had some sort of event that she had to go to for the family, and it was 2 days. So she crossed off 2 days for like a family reunion. No big deal. We made the agreement ahead of time. So if there's anything, orientation, anything set in stone, anything doctor's appointments, anything that you're not able to push for that day, no big deal. We make those agreements ahead of time. And we make those agreements ahead of time. We put it all on here, okay? And then we make that agreement and you say, okay, this is when you're not available. You mark it on here so you know what days you're not available. We cross them off. What days you're only available part-time. Like if you have your other job, no big deal. You just put maybe you don't have 8 slots that day. Maybe you only have 3 that day. Whatever it is, we create an agreement. And in a moment, you're going to craft your schedule. So in a moment, you're actually going to craft your schedule so you can figure out how many appointments you could do each of these days. Because everyone's going to have a goal. Everyone's going to have a goal on the Game Changer team. It just depends on what is your goal. If you're still just doing this part-time, you're like, Mike, thanks, but no thanks. I just want to do this part-time. No big deal. Do your 10 appointments a week. That means you'll do 30 appointments for the push. On 30 appointments, 10 appointments a week, you'll figure out how much you'll sell on that, and that's your push goal. Could you sell 5K so you can get into the raffle for $5,000 cash, which is one of the prizes? Maybe some of you say, you know what, I want to be on this alliance. If you're on my alliance, the push goal, the demo goal has to be, it can't be less than 50 or 60 demos. Like Nick Franklin wants to do 90 appointments. Jameson's going to do 90 appointments. That's how they're going to sell 35K, right? Even Amanda and Jessica are going to do over 30 appointments around running the alliance with me and around running the entire business. They're still going to go out into the field and they're going to go out and sell 10K. Because it's about pushing your capacity. It's about becoming better, about becoming more. So go ahead and pull up that schedule. Let's go ahead and work through this schedule for you. Now, if you don't have to work out the numbers yet. We'll work out these numbers in a moment. I just want you to go through, and you could edit yours. Put an X on the days that you can't work, or put it like a big 3. Say hypothetically, this was, let's say if this was Celestia and she knows that she can't do any that day, she'll put a 0 and maybe put it into like big font or something like that. So she knows that I can't do any appointments that day. And then, there's this next day, and you just go all the way through till the 31st. The push starts right here. As you can see, SC2 begins on the 13th. We're all the way up here on Tuesday, the 30th. But we're enrolling our alliance right now. Now, if you say, Mike, I'm in, like, what do I have to do? Sign me up. By the way, this schedule is in your chat. I posted this to the group chat, to your gold chat, and to your purple chat. It's called the SC2 packet. The SC2 packet. You just pull that up in WhatsApp. I sent it out to y'all. So you pull up the schedule, and you're going to go through it right now. If you say, Mike, what does the alliance entail? I'm going to review that one more time with you in just a moment. I'm also going to show you how to pick out your push goal in just a moment. I just want to give you a little bit of time. I'm going to turn on some music, and you can hit me up in the chat box if you have any questions. So I'm going to facilitate as you're creating your plan. So go ahead, pull up your work schedule, pull up your school schedule, pull up everything, and on this document, go ahead and write down, cross off days you're not available. Put numbers for the days that you are available and how many appointments you could do. Like change the slots. Like here it says 4 to 6. Maybe you can only do 4. For this blitz day, there's 8 slots. Maybe you can only do 3 that day. You have your other job. Whatever it might be, cross it all out. Not what you're going to do, but just what you could do. Because at the end of this session, you're going to tell me what your goal is, but not yet. We're figuring out what your availability is first before you create a goal. Cool, and you can hit me up in the chat box if you have any questions on what we're doing right now as you craft your schedule for your push. Nothing to do with Alliance. Don't worry about Alliance right now. You don't have to worry about any of that. I'll give you about 5 or 6 minutes just to kind of work through that. I'll turn on some tunes. Again, that schedule was sent to your gold chat and to your purple chat. It's called the SC2 packet. Does anybody not have the SC2 packet? It's right here. It's right here. See? SC2 packet. I just sent it. Did it not go through? See in the gold chat too? Do you guys see that in the gold chat?
I have it.
Cool. Does anybody not have that? I mean, okay, Maria got it. Cool. Awesome. So give you a few minutes to craft out your schedule in the SC2 packet. So we're crafting our SC2 push plan right now. So all you're going to do is you're going to pull up that packet and you're just going to cross off. You're just going to cross off the days that you're not available. Give you another few minutes, and also put the total number of appointments for the days you are available. And you could edit this however you see fit. However you see fit. You're just going to edit this document. It's called the SC2 packet. It's in your purple and gold chat. We're just doing this schedule right now. That's all you're doing is just this schedule. It'll be a couple more minutes. Push is essentially from the 13th to the 31st. Days. Is anyone done with their schedule? Thumbs up if you are. Thumbs up. I just saw Tyler. Tyler's the only one that's done. Yeah. So Celestial, are you still having trouble editing? Because it is a Word document. You should just be able to edit on it. Anybody finished with theirs? At least so that way I can pull you up. I'll do a quick screen share so I can put you on the hot seat. How do I edit it? Are you on your computer, Celestial? It should just be a Word document. All right, Nikita, I'm going to call on Nikita since you're done. Okay, Nikita, I'm going to give you access to screen share. Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Cool. So you have access to screen share right now. If you don't mind, you can pull up your screen.
It still says that I can't share while you're sharing.
All right, try now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do two. I'll do Jameson next. So this is what it looks like. So we have the whole work, everything mapped out. So we have she put graduation rehearsal here. So she only has 4 slots. And then she put graduation over here. She put it in the red. So nicely done. And then that's it. Those are the only set in stone obligations, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what you'd want to do So Nikita, do you have any other obligations? Do you have another job? Do you have any other responsibilities outside of Cutco for those 2.5 weeks?
No, not that I know of right now.
Cool.
We're still planning on like whether to go to Houston either like this week or like during those weeks. I'm not sure. But
And
for now, that's just the graduation that I have.
when you say we, I'm assuming that's your parents?
My family, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So one of the things that you want to keep in mind is when you are planning that trip with your parents, I would try to go this week. I would try to go. I mean, obviously, it's kind of short notice, but if you could go the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, there's not. You could see from the 2nd to the 6th, there's nothing going on. Now, obviously, it's going to be tough to go to Houston on such short notice. Maybe not. I don't know.
Our actual plan is to go on Friday and then come back on the 12th.
Shit.
So
Okay.
we're still debating whether to go like this week or not.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool. So that's a longer trip. But what's nice about Zoom is you can bring your laptop and you could still do a lot of the planning sessions if you're, if you're a good candidate for the Alliance and whatnot. So
Definitely, yeah. I'm planning on doing Zoom calls because we're driving if at all we go. So I'm planning on doing meetings in the car.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you, Nikita. I appreciate it. Let me go to, so Jameson, are you with us?
Yes, I am here.
Cool. Can you screen share as well? I'll spotlight you as well.
Sure.
All right, we'll just do one more, and then I'll give a few thoughts here. So it looks like, Jameson, you put this into like a keynote, it looks like, huh?
This is the one that we did together.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it looks
Um,
different. This is on Pages. That's why. So this is on Pages. Got it. So it's
the
not
only
on
obligation I have is that graduation on that 16th day.
Cool. So go ahead and go to the previous slide with the spreadsheet. Cool. So this is something that Jameson and I mapped out. Is we said, okay, with your $500 average order and a 70%, 75% closing, it will take him 93 appointments to hit a $35,000 push goal. So what's cool about the spreadsheet is you put in your push goal and you put in your averages and it'll map, it'll map it out for you so you can see, okay, I need 90 appointments. How does Jameson then go find his 93 appointments? So Jameson's going to scroll down and then he'll say, how do I want to break up my 90 appointments? I need 93 appointments. How do I break them up? So the push starts on the Monday the 13th. There's going to be several days. I would start by picking out which days are blitz days. So which are the 6+ appointment days? So which appointments are 6, 7, or 8 appointment days? And I would start there. So say he picks out during the whole push, he picks out 5 blitz days, maybe six out of the 18 days are blitz days where he's going to do 8 appointment days. He would label those. So what does that mean? If there's 6 days of blitz, 6 times 7, let's say, that's 42. That's almost half of the push is done in those few days, right? And he would pick out those 6 days. Then he would say, okay, which days am I going to do 5 appointments? So then then he'll break it down and pick out which are his 5 appointment days. And maybe I'm okay. Maybe there's mornings that he takes off. Maybe there's a full day he goes to Busch Gardens with his friends. I don't care, but he makes those agreements ahead of time. Because Jameson's going to be on the Alliance and he's going to be like, hey, listen, I'm committed to this thing. I'm working. I'm ready to roll. But he wants to figure out when those appointments are. When are those blitz days? So coming back to my screen here, what you're going to do is to help you find your number, help you find your goal. If you double click on this spreadsheet here, if you double click on it, it's going to pull up a separate Excel. Okay. So I'll call on Tiffany. Okay. So Tiffany Baez, congratulations, new AMI. I know you're just finished your FASTA. You might say, what? I'm brand new. But you've demonstrated such great leadership qualities that we really look for even from training when I called on you. I mean, you've really done a great job, Tiff. So I'm excited to invest a little bit into you. And I know Amanda is as well. So Tiffany, if you had to look at your numbers, like if you know your averages, now you might not know exactly what your average order is, but I do. So I could look that up for everyone. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so you can see what your average orders are. Vector, whoops. So I'll pull it up, and this will be for, we'll just do for the full summer. So that way you know what your average order is, at least for the last several weeks, and you could capture this as we do this. Now, we'll do for the last several weeks. We'll go from February 1st, okay? So let's go ahead and see. So Tiffany is, and any of your managers, any of your coaches can find this for you. So Tiffany Baez, your average order is 455, okay? So over here, we would put average order, whoops. So we go actually on this one over here, 455, okay? Closing percentage. Now, Tiffany, you've had 12 people buy Cutco from you. Do you know how many did not buy Cutco from you? Like, do you know what your closing percentage is? Like, is it how many appointments you've done?
I can check for you right now. Just give me 1 second.
Oh, it doesn't have to be accurate. I just wasn't sure if you knew offhand. Let's just say it's a 70% closing. So let's say you've had 12 people buy, or even if it's 60%, I don't even know. But that means you had 20 appointments and 12 bought. Okay?
27 demos.
So let's just use these numbers just for this push sake. So then Tiffany's going to say, okay, she has 18 days for the push. Let's say she has nothing else going on, hypothetically, unless Tiffany, maybe you do have something on. Do you have a responsibility that's 100% set in stone during the push?
Not during the push, no.
Okay, so we got 18 days of push. Okay, let's say your completion percentage is 80%, meaning if you set up 10 appointments, you complete 8. Okay. Now we put in your push goal. Have you thought about how much Cutco you would like to sell in those 18 days if you really challenge yourself?
40K.
Okay. So we put in $40,000, and it says she needs to do 147 appointments with her averages. If she puts in a goal of 20K, she would need to do 73 appointments with her averages. If she set a goal of 15K, she would need to do 55 appointments with her averages. So you could kind of mess around a little bit. Now, our job, my job, is if you commit to my alliance, is to increase these averages while sustaining your efforts. See, if you're going to be on my alliance, I can't do your work for you, but I could inspire you to do your work, and I could instruct you on how to increase your averages. But your job is to commit to a demo number. That's why Jameis said 90 appointments. And on those 90, I'm going to push myself to sell 35K. Nick Franklin said the same thing, right? So it's like you set that demo number. You're like, all right, this is how many demos I can do. I'm in. But I need coaching. I need circle of influence to guide me. I'm going to need some extra positive pressure to support me. But I will do this many demos, Mike, and I think I can sell this much with my averages based upon this many demos. So you want to kind of come up with this shell. Now, I don't care if you're doing 5K for the push. I don't care if you say, Mike, I'm just doing my 10 appointments a week. Count me in for 5K. Perfect. We need that. You might say, Mike, I'm only going to do 1,000 a week. I'm just going to do 1,000 a week. I'm going to do 3K for the push. Great. I need that. Now, you're not going to be on my alliance. You're not going to be one of my top people. That's okay. I only need 30. Now, there's 36 of you on here, right? So I don't even need 30. I don't even want to say I need 30 because I would rather take my best 15, turn them into badass soldiers than have 36 Girl Scouts that hold me down or hold back the rest of the crew. You know, the fact is I have 100 people on our sales team right now. There's only 36 on. So I have another 65 people that had conflicts right now that couldn't be on here. Like JJ, the guy wants to be on here, but he just had his other job right now. So we have other people that are like, yeah, I want in. Well, but you're here. So of course you're in a position where you can get first dibs or get any extra support that you need while I'm here. But for those of you that know for sure, you say, Mike, I'm in, I'm hungry. Feed me, Mike, feed me. Because you're like 20K for the push, 10K for the push, 15K for the push. That means in 3 weeks, if you're brand new at $0 in sales, you'll make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in income. If you're at 30% commissions when the push starts and you sell 30K, you're making $6,000 plus bonuses. I will help you make more money than you even know what to do with at this point. But it's not about the money. And it's not about the push prize. It's not about the CPO number. It's about challenging your way of thinking of what's considered big and what's considered consistent. Anyone could go to the gym for 2 days in a row, but to really push for 18 days, wake up every day, be disciplined every morning, hopping on Zoom, being inspired by me, being inspired by Mr. Gamboa, Mr. Andrew Evans every day. That's tough. That takes commitment. It takes discipline. To map out a full plan ahead of time, that takes commitment. That takes discipline. But we're here to support you. So you might say, well, Mike, what's next? Mike, what's next? I'm in. All right, Mike, you got me. I'm in. I want to be in. I'm ready to go. Well, here's what's next. So step one is you got to craft your numbers so that way we know what your push total is. Like, what is your CPO goal? Now, don't just put out a number that you say, oh, wow, that sounds good. And that's why I kind of, not that I corrected Tiffany, but when she put her goal of 40,000, that looks really sexy and looks awesome. But I don't think she has enough time to do 50 appointments a week. That's why it comes back to, okay, we're going to need to either increase these numbers or lower this goal, or lower the demo goal to what she's ready to commit to completing demos, and then the magic will work out. So maybe Tiffany says, I'll do 30 appointments a week, and that'll be 90 appointments, and I'll just sell as much. And based on 90 appointments, if I change this to 90, or, you know, I guess I'll do the math, or if I just stay the same, let's see, 25,000, that's 90 appointments. Oh, 25,000. That's still messing me up. Too many zeros here. I messed up my, since I put that number there, and now I messed up my equation. Dang it. All right, let me not save it. Hopefully it doesn't mess. Oh, I messed everything up. All right. So I'm just not going to save this. Don't save. But all the formulas are in there, so I recommend not doing that. So here's what your action steps are. If you're ready and you have your push number, if you look on this slide, you'll see you're going to give me an SC1. You're going to give me an SC2 push goal number. I need a CPO number and a demo number. 2 numbers, a CPO number and a demo number. I'm more focused on the demo number. Then we'll add you to the Gunner group, which is with Mr. Andrew Evans. We'll add you to a Gunner group. You'll send me a photo. That's an example of Mason Linker's photo from years ago. We'll sign you up for the planning session. That's going to be more of an intimate session like this, but for 3 hours next Tuesday from 9 to noon. And during that planning session, we are going to map out all the expectations and all the guidelines when it comes to the push, just for the Alliance. This meeting right now, there's going to be many of you that are not on the Alliance, but that meeting is going to be only Alliance. This conversation right now is more of an enrollment conversation. That conversation is a planning conversation. Then you're going to be on a mission to get your 200Q contacts using the top tips from my talk today, and you're going to have your full plan mapped out. Those are your action steps. If you know you're in, then we'll add you to the Gunner group. You'll be on the advanced closing workshop tomorrow morning from 9 to 10:30, so you can learn how to level up your average order and level up your closing percentage. We got to get you better at your closing percentage or average order. We're also going to give you more time and more energy. I'm going to give you more time and more energy. The first 20 people that commit, I already have Jameson, Nick, Ella, Cassidy. I already have Eric. I have a 15-minute window in my schedule tomorrow. I'll send you my link. You will sign up for a 15-minute call where I'll meet with you one-on-one, and we'll just button up any questions that you have for me individually. Okay, I'll send you my Calendly link. So if you know you're like, Mike, I'm in, sign me up. I want this. I'm willing to work. I just have a few quick questions that just need to get answered, but I'm in, sign me up. In your WhatsApp group right now, your WhatsApp coaching chat, send a photo, a headshot or a selfie. Send your demo goal that you have for yourself at this point in time. Send your CPO goal at this point in time. And then I will send you my calendar. Okay, I'll send you my calendar. Actually, here's what our action steps are. I want that from you anyway, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So in your one-on-one chat, in your coaching chat on WhatsApp, I want these numbers anyway. Your demo goal, your push goal, I want those anyway, because I need to calculate how close, what else do we need to do as a team to get to that $400,000 record. So I need those numbers anyway. CPO goal push, demo goal at this point in time for the SC2 push. And again, the push doesn't start until the 13th. It's just right now we're talking about it because we want to get our alliance ready to go. We want to get our plans done. We want to know who we're investing our extra time into. But I still want to help many of you still hit your goals. You know, I still want to help you. So tomorrow there's the Advanced Gunner Workshop at 9 a.m. Then there's nothing. I have nothing except you just getting practice with that new close that you're learning tomorrow. Do some appointments. Get into that 4th of July contest, right? Do what you got to do. Get your names and phone numbers organized. Get to 200 contacts in queue before here. Then we have our planning session on next Tuesday. Then we'll have skills check, build attack list even more. And then right here, we have our alliance team night, and that's going to be some team bonding led by me. You know, it'll be a nice little team bonding experience. And then we start booking up our appointments to arrive with 10 on Sunday, leave with 20. Now you might say, Mike, I want to do all this other stuff, but I don't want to be on the alliance. Then you don't do all the other stuff. Everything in yellow is what my alliance is committing to. You're committing to the mornings, you're committing to the structure, and you're committing to the high level coaching. So if you're in for my alliance, this is what you're agreeing to. Okay. And don't send that to the WhatsApp group yet, because if you're in the alliance, I still want your goal, and I want your CPO goal, your demo goal. But if you're in for the alliance, you will also put, I'm in for the alliance, here's my photo. I'm in for the alliance, here's my selfie, or here's my headshot, whatever you want to use. It doesn't have to be fancy, right? It's just a selfie photo. Ideally, it's just a selfie of the way you look right now. Like, it's cool because you just went to a meeting, right? So you look hot, I swear. All right, so anyway. So you're going to make the most of your summer opportunity, maximize the earning potential. You're going to separate yourself from your peers, create openings. You're willing to be coached by me. You're willing to be influenced by other people that are on the alliance, and you're willing to have the high-level coaching from the management team. You're going to type in any of your conflicts here, high school graduations, trips, all that stuff. You're going to type it in here, okay? You can sign your name, and then you're going to commit and say, listen, I promise to myself that I will take a step towards my goals. I will be willing to forego some temporary pleasures in the pursuit of strive for excellence. I understand it's going to take these 3 things. And above all, I will not quit on my team, my manager, most importantly on myself and the commitments I made. I will graduate as a 5-star college graduate. Here's your goals. And you list off your goals, you type them in. And this is what we're going to do next week at the planning session. We'll update it. You don't have to have this finalized right now. And this is the agenda every morning during the push. So every morning during the push. Now, I don't need your soul. I don't need you to sell your soul to Vector and Cutco. I need you to give me agreements, okay? So if you say, Mike, I know I'm going to need a day off, and if I don't have a day off, I'm going to go insane, that's okay. Give yourself a day off, but predetermine what day that is. If you might say, Mike, I need 2 days off, predetermine when those days are. I don't care. We'll just talk about those. I'm totally cool with that. But I do, and by the way, my best alliance members, they do push hours. They do the morning alliance until, their first demo at 10, and then they work from 10 to 6, just like another job. And then that's it. And then they're done for the night. They update their recommendations, they update their queue, they do some stuff, admin stuff till about 7, and then they're done for the night until the next morning. And except on Wednesdays when we have our meeting. And I'm okay with that. Push during push hours. They grind during push hours. They're creating appointments during push hours. They're doing demos during push hours, but after push hours, after 6, they're done. I'm okay with that structure too. But that's what the stuff that we're going to talk about individually. I'm not saying quit your other job, but I am asking, hey, if you do have another job, I would give them a leave. I would say, can I put a leave of absence in for just 2 weeks? Can I give a leave of absence for 2 weeks? So that way I could just really work hard at this other opportunity. Dylan Fitz did that with me. His first summer, he was working at the movie theaters, gave a leave of absence. He did 65 appointments. He only sold 8K. He was not very good rep. But now Dylan Fitz is about to hit $1 million in Cutco sales, paid his whole way through college, won scholarships, had over 100 weeks in a row, over 1,000 in sales. And the guy's a Cutco sales professional, makes 6 figures every year selling Cutco. What a great decision he made to not let the movie theater job get in the way of his Cutco through college experience. Okay? So before I wrap up, your action steps. We're going to get done a little early. I know I said I would get done like 4:30 or 4:15, but I'll probably be done in the next 5 or 6 minutes. So Action steps are pretty simple. You're going to go I need a few numbers. Okay. And if any coaches, assistant manager, interns, managers, if you're on here, if you maybe can help support, if any of the pod captains are on here, you could send this to their chat so they know. From everyone, I need your demo goal and CPO goal for the push. And again, that push is from July 13th until July 31st. CPO and demo goal for the push. That's number one. Number two, okay? You could attach this document. You could just attach this document and we could just keep updating it with conflicts and schedule and stuff like that. But if you're in for the Alliance, you say, Mike, sign me up. I want in for the Alliance. You will send that packet. You will send, I'm in for the Alliance, sign me up. And I will arrange a call for the first 20 of you tomorrow. And I have 15-minute intervals of time the whole day. That's all I'm doing the entire day. I have 20 from well, not the entire day, but after I have a call, the workshop in the morning and the workshops in the evening. But from 11 to 4, I have 5 hours where I'm just going to do 20 back-to-back calls with those of you that just have any individual questions just to support you and make sure the Alliance is the right fit for you. Okay. First 20 of you, if you're still on the fence, you're not sure, talk to Jess or talk to Amanda. But if you're 100% right now, the first 20 that are ready, boom, send me that packet, send me that you're in. And then everybody else, if you're not like sure about the whole Alliance thing, but you're like, Mike, I want to contribute to the team and I still obviously want to sell Cutco and I want to implement all the shit I just learned. Cool. Send me your demo goal and your push CPO goal. I don't care if it's 1,000 a week and you do 3K, or if you want to try to push yourself and get to 5K to get in that $5,000 cash raffle. If you want to try to push yourself and do 10K but not be on the Alliance. If you want to try to push yourself for 20K and not be on the Alliance, by all means. Okay. So the first 20 that send it to me, send away. I'll stick around for any questions or comments. And if you need anything, I'm here to support you. And I have a little bit of time since I plan on being here till 4:30. I'm going to end, but I just want to see if Amanda is on here, or Eric or Cassidy, if any of them are on here. Do any of you have any comments or questions or anything that you want to add on before everyone kind of disperses to their demos or to their life or to whatever else they need to do?
Absolutely, Mike. I'll give a few thoughts. I was just reminiscing like a little bit ago, and this was actually my very first week, or this is actually my first conference that I've ever been to 4 years ago today. I celebrated my 4 years in the business. And I was so new. So I was like Tiffany, like right out of my fast start. And, you know, Mike gave me an opportunity to be a part of the Alliance. I was in a branch office and, you know, all I knew is like, I definitely wanted to branch like my second week on the job. Like that was a goal of mine. And I was like, yeah, you know, I definitely want to be on the Alliance. And that whole Alliance just totally changed my outlook. You know, I had a 6K fast start. I was gunning for 10, but you know, I sold 10K after my third week on the job and I was able to hit my goal. And it just felt so good to make it to VIP night. And it's just an amazing opportunity. And if you want to sell K without the Alliance, like cool, but the real opportunity is on the Alliance. Absolutely. So I highly encourage everyone to go ahead and sign up for the Alliance as far as that goes, because it's an amazing opportunity. The people that you get to meet and push with together, and good luck, everyone. Hope you make the cuts.
Very funny story that Amanda didn't say is she actually didn't commit to the Alliance until at that team meeting. If you remember, Dalila brought you to my office and you and I sat down at the desk in my office. I don't know if you remember this. And I remember having a conversation with you about the Alliance, and Dalila watched, who is Amanda's branch manager. And I had a whole conversation with you, and she said, because you weren't in, and I was like, I think you should be in. If you're in, I will actually work with you a little bit more. And I sent some voice memos on WhatsApp to you during your push. We could probably go back to our initial conversations all the way up on our WhatsApp chat during your push of managing you indirectly through Dalila. And you then enrolled, and you were the gatekeeper to the whole Pasco push, because you enrolled all these other people. You got Mark involved in the Alliance, and you got these other kids involved in the Alliance. And I remember this. I still remember this. Amanda was a big catalyst for that branch office. And it started with one, and then it created many. And I remember that conversation. I don't know if she does, but I do remember it.
I remember the conversation. I don't remember like not wanting to be a part of it.
No, it wasn't that you were not wanting to, but you didn't commit to it until after that conversation. And then once you committed to it, then you were like gung ho, let's go. And you went back into the other room and hit the phones and inspired your whole Pasco team. It was awesome. So it's interesting. The point I'm even bringing up is once you commit to Amanda's point, life is different. You respond differently. You act differently once you make that level of commitment. And that's essentially what we're asking you. If you're ready to commit, like we want to invest into you and not wait until the last minute. So anything from Eric or from Cassidy? I know Jess had an interview. Just any thoughts? I know Alexis was on my January alliance, but I haven't prepped Alexis or talked to her about this SC2 push in a little bit, but.
Oh, okay. I actually am really excited about this push. So I think for this one, I'm gonna treat it a little bit differently. I actually was raising my hand because I had a question, but I can talk about the push if you want.
Well, I know we're going to wrap up here in a moment, but I know there's only a few people who've been on part of my alliance on here.
So with the alliance, like every single time, even with the one on Zoom this past January, there's just so much to gain from it. Besides, like, forget the CPO, forget the all the knives and selling and stuff. What the alliance has really done for me both times is really just shown to myself that if I say I'm going to do something, if I say I'm going to wake up at a certain time, I will wake up at that time. And I'm not a morning person, so getting up for me was a really big accomplishment. And honestly, ever since that alliance from this past January, I have not woken up any later than 9 o'clock since that alliance. And it's really been a really big improvement on accomplishing more in my days and just being overall growing more as an individual. So I think for me, that's what alliance has done for me. It's been so much more than just a Cutco push period. It's really been a whole life learning lesson for me. I don't know if Eric wants to add.
And did you have a question you said, or?
Yeah. So my question is for the push packet, when I click on it, it's not like I can't edit it or anything. So do I download it first?
Yeah, you probably have to download it. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. That was my question.
Yep. Cool. Any other questions or comments? So Nick Franklin, I see Nick on here. You're looking for doing a big push, and you and I kind of talked. I know I'm putting you on the spot here. You're number one rep in the office right now. You have some big goals. Anything showing up for you of words that could be worthy of sharing as people are doing their plan and whatnot, or any thoughts of why you're excited about this or why they should be?
Yeah, I guess. Really, it's more kind of like Alexis was saying, a way to push yourself. I know, like, it's one thing I kind of missed from high school, playing sports and stuff. A way to like really motivate myself, or like something to be motivated by, or something to push myself. So it's not even really like I'm trying to hit the 35K goal. Like, can I actually sit down for 2.5 weeks, and like book 95 demos and do every single one, and like account for like everything else going, like cancellations and stuff like that. I mean, really, I think anyone that really wants to join the SC2 Alliance, should have big goals in mind. Because I mean, if you're gonna be able to sit down with Mike every day and set like a certain amount of demos and make sure it gets done and have a really big performance, then I think that sets you up very nicely for not even like TLA or the rest of the summer, but like for the rest of your Cutco experience and maybe after Cutco. So I think it's definitely gonna be life changing, like everyone said, and I'm super excited for it.
Awesome. Thanks for chiming in, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Does anybody need their averages? Does anybody need me to pull that up where you could get your averages? Okay, a couple of you. So let me pull that up. And all right, just shout out your name. I mean, I could just scroll pretty slow, but
Patrick.
Okay, so Patrick.
Mike, and we can always do this on our own accounts. If you go to your Vector Connect and go into stats, we're able to actually see our own like average orders and everything like that too.
Awesome. So I love that. So Patrick, your average order is 292. Now keep in mind, some of you, when you're brand new, like Ella's average order was really low when she was new, but it's been really good recently. So I would keep that in the back of your mind. I would keep that in the back of your mind as you are doing your numbers, because based upon the past, you might be better now than you were before. So anybody else need their averages? Or there's Alexis, 265, Michaela, right here, 294.
Nikita.
So Nikita, 173. So, and again, my job is to help you increase these numbers. So this is a product of where you were. This isn't a product of where you're going to be. I think it's very important to keep that in mind.
Can you do Eric? Sorry.
Cool. 370.
Can you do Neil?
And Neil, you're brand new, so I don't even know if you have a large enough sample size to like really.
I think I saw my name. Yeah.
444.
Okay.
If you have, put it this way, if you have less than like 20 orders, you don't have enough data to really have an average yet, in my opinion, if you have less than 20 orders. But it's totally cool. You could take that average and ideal, but I would just use company averages. I would say a $400 average order and or even 380 average order, 420 average order. I would just use 400. If you want to use 350, use 350. But like use 450 if you want. But pick a number that you feel pretty good about. Pick a closing percentage that you feel pretty good about. And then just put your goal and it'll do all the math for you. Anyone else before I officially wrap up? We'll wrap up a little bit early, and then that way I could support. I just want to wrap up for those of you that feel pretty good. Celestial?
I had a question. It's kind of like not with this. It's about if there's like different like languages for like the your Cutco demo. I know a lot of people that I know, especially like the people they recommend, either they know English, but some of them only like speak like Spanish. So I was wondering if there's like different versions, or like how does that work?
There is a Spanish version. I'm pretty confident there's little links on my Vector demo that says click here for Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, if she searches it up in the website, it shows up and it's right there. I've done it a couple times.
Perfect. Cool. Glad you asked. Thanks, Maria. All right. So, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Can I see my average? Jameson?
Yes. So I'll do Jameson last, and then anyone else, we can hit you up in your private one-on-one chat. But yeah, Jameson, your average has been larger this week because we had our conversation. I know it was smaller before, but this week we made some adjustments. We sent you some videos. I would use the $500 average because that's what we're working towards. But we're making some moves. Cool. So I want to wrap up by saying this. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, whether or not you're on my alliance or not, I highly recommend you to push. I highly recommend you to take advantage of the Cutco opportunity. And I'm really appreciative of all of your time and efforts, because I know you're not doing it for me, but it always is so inspiring to have young people hustle. So I'll stick around. I'll stop the session. I'll stick around for those of you that do have any questions or comments or need any extra support. And then I'm going to send a copy paste of my link to the first 20 that send over your packet and that you're in for the alliance. You just need to, have the conversation with me. But then if you're like, Mike, sign me up, tomorrow morning, 9 to 10:30 a.m. is the advanced closing workshop, where we're going to go over some more advanced closing tools and dropping down tools and how to do the triple close, how to close on the ultimate set, how to close on the signature set, like how to do those larger closes, not just closing on the homemaker set. There's going to be advanced cookware, advanced flatware. So a lot of that stuff is going to be tomorrow. But we don't want to teach that to those that are not going to be committed to the alliance, because it's going to take some extra practice and role play and support that we're not going to be able to give to the non-alliance members. Not that we don't like you, it's just that obviously it's kind of like a give and a take. Let's get good at the fundamentals first. So thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. I'll stop the recording here.